Let's talk about raising money from family and friends. When most people think about raising money for their businesses, do you know it's odd, but most people avoid family and friends, perhaps because of what we've heard about things going wrong and how it affected the relationship, or not understanding how to manage the process. So today I'm going to talk to you about how to manage that process, because to be honest, family and friends could be your best bet when it comes to raising money for your business. Family and friends, because they know you, because they like you, because they care about you, because they care about what you do. At least most do. Okay, maybe not all, but most do, and they want to help you. So if you can manage the process very, very well, it could be the best way of actually raising money for your business. So let's talk about managing the process very well. The first thing you want to determine is, what type of funding am I going for? And there are three broad types of funding you can raise from family and friends. Are you going for a gift? Is this going to be a gift? A gift means if you get the money, you don't have to pay it back. If the business goes wrong, you don't have to pay it back. If you make lots of money, you can just give them a gift back, or give them, whatever you want. But there is no commitment that you need to fulfill per se, apart from just showing them love. That's the first type, a gift. A gift is a gift. You didn't do anything to deserve it, but someone just wants to bless you with it, so you get a gift. Second thing is an investment. Now, this can get a little bit complex. An investment, I'm going to talk about the third one, and I'll go back on this too. The third type of funding you can raise is a loan. So let's look at the investment. The investment is somebody coming alongside you who believes in your idea and wants to be part of the business. That means if you make money, they make money. If you lose money, they lose money. All right? And they might want to be involved in the running of the business. Okay? That's an investment. The third type of funding you can look at from family and friends is a loan. A loan means that, I'm letting you have this money for a while, for a term, and also I'm going to be expecting to receive my capital plus interest. If the business fails, I will still want you to pay me back my money. That's what a loan means. So you have to determine, am I going for a loan, an investment, or a gift? Now here's where it gets a little bit interesting, because if you go for an investment, you got to make sure that the person investing in the business understands the risks. One of the reasons why relationships go bad with family and friends is because, when it comes to getting money, is because all the risks associated with the business were not discussed up front. There was no full disclosure. When there's no full disclosure, then people feel cheated. People feel, like you took advantage of them. So you want to be careful about the process. Let me talk about investment a little bit more. If the person that wants to invest in your business, the family or friend that wants to invest in your business, has no tolerance for risk, then do not accept an investment from them. Because one, it could take time to make money. Two, like I said earlier, on your journey towards your success, you could hit a rough patch. And, they may be too upset to be able to reconcile that in their mind. So you want to make sure you go for a loan or you go for a gift. Now, if you go for a loan, you need to ensure that you can pay back that money. So I suggest you have good terms, good repayment terms for the loan that you go for. The other thing we'll talk about is when it comes to family and friends is you need to have a plan, a business plan. you could use a PowerPoint template, as we discussed earlier in the business plan section. The template should have in it your experience, your background. The other slide could have the market as you see it. Another slide could have the opportunities associated with the business. Another slide could have the risks associated with the business. Another slide is how much money you need. Another slide is how you plan to pay back the money. Another slide is the future of the business. Another slide could be about your team. Another slide could be about your sales. Another slide could be about your promotion and marketing. Yeah, just give as much information as necessary, but present it to family and friend in a business-like manner, and of course in a picturesque pattern. Because if you use a PowerPoint slides to do what I just discussed earlier, then you could present a good business plan to them that they like, and if they are willing to, they'll support you. Now, the final area I want to talk about when it comes to family and friends is that you must sign a document, some kind of document that says, okay, you're investing in this business, or you're given a loan for this business, and this is when you're going to get your money back. Or if it's an investment, these are the dividends you're likely to get, and when you're going to get paid, and how you're going to get paid, and the buyout, and all the details you can think about. By the way, I have a course on udemy.com on how to raise money from family and friends, which is like, I think it's about a 2-hour or hour and a half course. So it might do you well to kind of get hold of that and listen to it. Also, I put in some documents there, so it might be really interesting for you to get hold of that. But raising money from family and friends is a good thing, and it's a good way for you to actually get the funding that your business needs. So let me recap on what I've said. Think about the type of funding you're going for. Very crucial. Is it a gift? Is it a loan? Is it an investment? Very important. Produce a plan, a business plan that you're going to present to your family and friends, because that makes you look more professional and serious. And finally, get a document signed. Sign a document that shows the terms of the loan or the terms of the investment. And I'll see you on the next one.